call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Julia Polastri takes on Karolina Kowalkiewicz this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Rio. And this is a good fight. You know, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, she's been in the UFC for a long time, taking on Julia Polastri, who's young, talented, been kind of 50-50 so far in the UFC. Two losses, one win, along with a win on Dana White's Contender Series. So I think this is a good fight. You know, Julia Polastri, I think she's underrated. Coming off that loss to Lupita Godinez, lost to Josephine Knudsen before that, but that was a competitive fight. She had her moments in that fight where she was looking really, really good, and had the win over Corey McKenna, which is a solid win. But she's got really good Muay Thai, very dangerous on the feet, really looking to land damage, pretty vicious, has good combinations, good punches, good forward pressure. She's just very aggressive. She's looking to damage her opponents. Sometimes doesn't open up enough. Kind of a slow starter, like we saw in the Josephine Knudsen fight. Slow start in the Lupita Godinez fight. It was getting taken down and controlled, but then kind of started to take over as the fight progressed. Good guard game as well. Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. We saw an active guard against Corey McKenna. A lot of butterfly sweep attempts, arm bars, things like that. So no slouch on the ground, but she can be controlled there if you've got good top pressure and good control. But she is, like I said, very active off of her guard, not just with submissions and things like that, but you know, elbows looking to hurt you as well. And taking on Karolina Kowalkiewicz, who's more of a kickboxer. She's technical, puts a lot of volume out there. Good footwork, good head movement, has a good pace, good cardio, throws good combinations. But I just feel like she's starting to kind of fall off, just in terms of the damage she's taken in her career, and just been in the game a long time. 39 years old, taking on Julia Polastri, who's 27, so going to be 12 years younger, barely into her prime. And I got to go with Polastri in this one. I just think that her speed and her aggression will just be too much for Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Kowalkiewicz has the experience in the UFC, you know, fighting the best, but with that comes the age. You know, the age, the wear on the tires, 39 years old, been in the UFC since like 2015, so 10 years of fighting really good competition. I think Kowalkiewicz is going to be a little outmatched on the feet. I think she's going to need to get Polastri to the ground in order to win this fight or stand a chance, and she doesn't have the best takedown game. I think she's got like 22% takedown accuracy. So, like I said, she's more of a kickboxer, only a jiu-jitsu purple belt, which is just crazy. You know, 18 fights in the UFC, 39 years old, been in the UFC for 10 years, and still only a purple belt. So she's going to be outmatched on paper, on the ground against Polastri as well, who I think is going to be the stronger, more physical fighter as well. So Karolina Kowalkiewicz, not known for takedowns. She's usually the one giving up takedowns versus securing them. Not the most physically strong fighter, in my opinion. So I think Polastri, if anybody's going to take downs, I think she can secure takedowns. You know, she does well timing those in between her strikes. She did struggle in her last fight with takedown defense against Lupita Godinez, but in the third round, she was just piecing her up. You know, if that fight was a 5-round fight, I think she would have started to take over and eventually got Lupita Godinez out of there, as she was able to start defending all the takedowns. Defended like 4 or 5 takedowns in round 3. So she was getting taken down by Jesu Davicius in her Dana White's Contender Series fight, so she can be taken down and controlled there. But if she's fighting somebody who doesn't have the wrestling and takedown game, I think that she has a very good chance of outstriking that person on the feet, not just in terms of pure technical ability, but her willingness to get into a scrap. She'll take one to give one, and she's throwing with bad intent. She's not looking to point strike like a lot of these fighters are, looking to just, you know, poke at somebody and win decisions. She's looking to hurt people and get them out of there. So I think she's faster. She's got more power. She's got the better chin. Kowalkiewicz has been knocked out before. I don't think Julia Polastri's even been finished. I think all of her losses are by decision. And again, like I said, 12 years younger, going to be the stronger fighter. I just don't think Kowalkiewicz is going to be able to get the respect from Polastri on the feet to kind of keep Polastri from walking her down, just stalking her, pushing her up against the cage, looking to clinch, landing strikes out in the distance. Similar to the way that she did to JJ Aldrich, just kind of started to not give her any respect, walking her down, landing strikes. And also, obviously, at the end of the Lupita Godinez fight, where she was just battering her in that third round. Kowalkiewicz, like I said, doesn't have the ability to really get respect, and I don't think she really has the power to hurt anybody. She's kind of a decision merchant. She's got one finish in her 18 fights in the UFC by I think it was rear naked choke. Yeah, rear naked choke over Felice Herrig back in 2022. And I just, I think Polastri's just too tough for her. I don't think she's going to hurt her. I don't think she's going to really put her in any danger anywhere the fight goes. And I just think the physicality and the damage potential of Polastri will just be too much for the 39-year-old who's been in the game a long time. She's way past her prime. Like I said, can be KO'd. She can be submitted. I think she's been submitted twice. So I think Polastri will outstrike her on the feet. I think if she can get her to the ground, she's got really vicious ground and pound that we saw briefly at the end of the first round against Josephine Knudsen, where she got her down, went straight to mount, just started battering her with shots. And I just don't think Kowalkiewicz is the type of fighter to be able to defend against that, get back up to her feet from a position like that. So Polastri does have submission wins as well. I think 3 submission wins. She's got 3 KOs, so I think she's got more of the potential to hurt her opponents, especially a somewhat brittle 39-year-old who probably should be looking at retiring. So I'm going to go with the damage ability of Polastri, the forward pressure, the aggression, as well as just being the younger, more well-rounded fighter to get this one done over Kowalkiewicz. Thanks.